Jumping Bean here. Quiet on the set. Today we're going to talk a little bit about herbs. Okay, I'm going to move the camera back a little. It feels like it's in my nose. I am not qualified other than to just give you information. But let's be clear. Herbs can be very, very helpful, medicinal, used for many things and for many years, but there are also some things, herbs, that are deadly. So please do not try mixing things or making tinctures or infusions, ointments, washes, any of that type of stuff without doing some intense research. Now, I'm going to give you information from this book, the Master Book of Herbalism. It's very, very, very involved, and it's just one of many, but this happens to be the one that's here. So I'm going to just give you a few herbs to kind of think about, and then, because there's all about, you got to know what tools to use, how to measure, harvesting, tinctures, there's a lot to it. But what I'm going to do is kind of give you a guide for certain things. Now, let me also stress, when you go to the grocery store and you buy an herbal tea, read the ingredients. Now, I'm going to let you know that Celestial is not my favorite. This has hibiscus, rose hips, roasted chicory, orange peel, lemongrass, lemon peel, and whole dried lemons. Natural lemon flavor with other natural flavors and citric acid. Natural flavors. Can't they tell us what they are? All right. Now, that was lemon. Raspberry wasn't too bad. Hibiscus, rose hips, roasted chicory, orange peel, blackberry leaves, natural raspberry flavor and other natural flavors in raspberry leaves. We drink them and we like them, but I'm going to be honest. Bigelow, at least on this box, seems to be the most forthright. Now, this one has the ingredients include, this is for sweet dreams. This would be the one that I would pick, personal opinion only. Chamomile, hibiscus, peppermint leaves, rose blossoms, spearmint leaves, spice, and orange blossoms. Not a lot of things that you can't pronounce. Anyhow, so I kind of thought this was fun to give you just an idea of a few. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm obviously taking it directly from this book. Abdominal pain, peppermint. Obviously, you can get peppermint tea, or after you have studied and properly done, you could make your own peppermint tea. Let me see. Aging, slippery elm. It doesn't tell me how to use it, but I suppose when you research it, you'll find out. Let me see. I'm going to jump around a little bit because there's hundreds of them, absolutely hundreds. Okay, Aphrodisiac, kava kava. Appetite, chamomile mixed with ginger. Blessed thistle, hops, mints, mountain grape, rosemary, and tansy. Again, I don't know what ones you can mix with what. I don't know how you're supposed to take it or use it, but just some ideas. All right, baldness, it says yarrow. Again, no idea what you do with it, but that's in your research. Bowels, witch hazel. We used to have a witch hazel bush that grew on David, my big house where we raised our kids, and that was a pretty cool bush. Burns, Aloe. Many of us use aloe already, but you can use aloe for lots of things, and I will give you more of those in a minute. Comfrey Sage, fresh sage, it says. Corns. You could use spurge, it says, with caution. All right. Cough. Anise or anise. Comfrey. You can get comfrey tea. Garlic. Ground ivy. Horehound. My mother always used to give us horehound when we were kids if we were coughing. Red clover. Thyme. She gave us horehound that was made into cough drops, probably by some local witch in town. Let me see over here. Colitis, golden seal, witch hazel, wormwood. Constipation, dandelion. You make a broth of the root, it says. And an enema is the best way for treatment. Okay, I think we knew that anyhow. Okay, just the opposite. Diarrhea. Blackberry, camphor, chamomile, comfrey, ginger, mullein, St. John's wort, pomegranate rind, white willow bark. Again, just some ideas. Okay, for the elderly, that would include me. Bone set, which is used for trouble with digestion. Chamomile, used as a digestive tonic. Slippery elm, used to maintain regularity. All right, well, so, I'm sorry, I keep saying Fleas, if your animals have fleas. Pennyroyal or fennel. Freckles, elderflowers. It says that it will lighten them. Mental health, blessed thistle, sage, or rosemary. Migraines, rosemary. Nausea, basil, cloves, chamomile, or hops. I think you use hops to make beer. Don't know if that's going to help your nausea or not, but it's worth a shot. I like this one. Insanity, catnip. That's probably what I'm going to have to start taking. If you need more magnesium in your system, it says dandelion or peppermint. I think you'll realize that peppermint's pretty popular. It does a lot of stuff. All right, I'm just kind of jumping through here because there's a lot. Sunburn is aloe or elderflower. Tonsillitis, lobelia or sage. And wounds, aloe, comfrey, slippery elm, golden seal, marigold, self-heal, or thyme. Now I'm going to also jump into another part of the book. Now this is kind of fun. All right, particularly here is blackberry. Blackberries is a must for the cabinet. It's one of the most popular herbs in the treatment of diarrhea, particularly when that condition comes from influenza. So, blackberry. Blessed thistle. You have to avoid large doses of this herb, so it's very strong, could make you throw up. Somebody's under my table. Licking my foot. If somebody takes something bad, you can give them blessed thistle and force them to vomit up the stuff. However, like I say, this is nothing anybody inexperienced should be using. Let me see. I'm just looking for comfrey. All right, comfrey. Let me see. This is used. It's got calcium, vitamin B12, iron, and silica. Many other vitamins and nutrients. It's more nutritious than soybeans, and it's ranked as the highest in protein for the amount of fiber. It's actually a rare herb because it processes vitamin B12 out of the soil. It is edible as a green, steamed lightly, flavored with lemon and butter. Soothing to the stomach. Externally, can be used for a large variety. Injuries for bruises, burns, sprains, broken bones, ulcers. Make it into a poultice. The fresh herb being the most desirable, it says. All right, we're going to move on. Dandelion. The girls made dandelion jelly, I believe. It ended up tasting like honey. All right, we're just jumping through. This book has hundreds, but I'm trying to pick some of the common ones. Goldenrod. Now this is something you're going to see growing on the side of the road. It's a very good herb for the passing of kidney stones. I don't have kidney stones, thank God. Can be used for all sorts of wounds and bruises. Diuretic, astringent, stimulant. Most people, or a lot of people, are allergic to goldenrod. They'll be sneezing, so you don't want to give them goldenrod. Hops. The oil within hops has the effect upon the nervous system, relaxing it. Maybe that's why beer kind of makes people pass out if you have too many. One of the reasons hops has been used to bring about sleep. It's open to debate whether you can inhale the scent when sleeping upon a pillow of hops. Better off drinking it. Well, in beer, I guess. It says hops is excellent for those nights that one lays in bed with an overactive thought process, keeping the brain too alert to sleep. Stimulates the appetite. It's an effective remedy for those nervous conditions, keeping them from eating healthy habits. Cleansing to the blood. Helps cleanse internal organs. Okay, externally. Boils, rashes, bruises, and a little bit of pain. Says it's also used as a liniment in the treatment of rheumatism and arthritis. All right, let's jump ahead. Kava kava. Let's see what that has to say. It works directly upon the nerves, stimulating them and then raising their pain threshold. It's useful in inflammation of joints and in the treatment of gout, rheumatism, arthritis, and many joint disorders. Kava kava will cause the respiratory system to greatly decrease its function. So again, got to be cautious with these things. And it's also been used to treat sexually transmitted diseases as gonorrhea or vaginitis. Again, lots of different uses, but you got to know when and how to use it. Lavender. Lavender tea is used to calm ravaged nerves, tendency towards hysteria and emotional outbreaks. It calms headaches from stress and fatigue. You can make it into a wash, used externally, being excellent for acne or troubled skin. Treatment of headaches. You can take the oil of the flower and rub it into your temples. It will calm and relieve pain. Large doses of the oil must be strictly avoided, for then lavender may act as a narcotic poison. So once again, caution with all of these herbs. And you think lavender, you think of that as being gentle. All right, here's marigolds. Skin disorders. Eczema, psoriasis, insect bites, and wounds. Okay, we'll go just with that for now. I'm only going to do a few more. Peppermint, here we go. Peppermint. Remedial, let's see. The presence of menthol makes for the peppermint's use as a mild anodyne, anesthetizes the nerve endings, calms them, and gives them a sensation of coolness. Used to quiet a nervous stomach. It says peppermint makes for a contented person. It'll help with stomach cramps. As a tonic, you can use, it contains magnesium, potassium, and other important constituents. Pleasant to the taste and may safely be taken by all. You can have peppermint for nausea, which I think we mentioned earlier. Some herbalists recommend it for childbirth. Aches, pains, and bruises, the oil of peppermint, gently worked into the flesh. Again, once it's warning you to be very cautious not to use an excessive amount, for it will create heat and it can burn your skin if used carelessly. But you can see it has a lot of good stuff. Now here's raspberry. We have some raspberry tea that's got lots of stuff in it. Primary use for the leaf is its astringent property. Raspberry tea made of the leaves, highly recommended as a tonic to be taken for the mother during childbirth, beginning at labor and continuing until the child has been brought forth. Go ahead, I dare you. Hand a little cup of tea to a lady in labor. Yeah, she'll tell you what to do with it. Oh. All right, let's see. Let's jump ahead a little bit. Yarrow. You've heard of yarrow. Let's see. Yarrow is best known for its ability to stop bleeding and its astringent properties. Rapid healing of a wound. It may be used fresh as sage or may be made into an ointment. All right. Then this book goes into the dosage guide. It's a very detailed book, but he also refers you to two other herbalists. This particular chapter says something like, let me find something. The marigold, if you use it for internal use, you want a moderate to a strong infusion, maybe take it as needed, not to exceed 1 pint per day. Woo, that's a lot. A strong wash or an ointment, a poultice, if you need it externally. Oh, okay. Onion, internally, ingest 1 fresh onion. Externally, apply fresh juice as needed. Now we gotta go back and find what onion is. That's got me thinking. Let's see. All right, hold on. Take me a minute to find it. Let's see if it's in here. Who the hell's going to eat a whole onion? M-N-O, onion. Okay. Onions. I used little today in remedial treatment. They were once greatly used in the treatment of colds. They were also thought to make men more virile, to increase the appetite, and to cure the bites of venomous creatures. That's all it says for onion, but they want you to eat a whole one. Parsley. Here's parsley. Parsley is for its action upon the kidneys. Cleanse them, help to remove kidney stones. It's a diuretic in the removal of toxic substances from the kidneys. Has some action upon the liver. I used to always eat a lot of parsley. If my feet start swelling up again, I probably will go out and pick some in the yard and eat some more. Okay. There's a lot in this book. The herbalist is a magical practitioner. Do not think you're a doctor. A lot of these things, again, can be very dangerous. So that's all I'm going to do for now. I think I've given you a couple of ideas, but again, research, 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 education. This just happens to be one book, and it talks about a lot of things, and there's hundreds of herbs, some for serious treatment, some for magical herbalism, physical properties of various plants. So, if you really are interested in getting to know some of the herbs, pick up some good books that you can read up on. And otherwise, like I say, if you want to drink some teas to help you kind of get started with herbs, remember to read the labels to see which ones are the healthiest and the best selected as far as ingredients. Okay, that's it for now. Thank you very much. Bye. And
tell them that you're not a doctor.
Right. Not a doctor. I am a nurse, but that doesn't count. And I told you, this is just personal opinion.
Personal opinion. You don't take anything to heart. You're not a doctor.
Right.
And you love them.
We do love you.
And that's it.
And that's it. Again, just read your labels and don't practice anything that you don't know anything about. Always research. Don't take herbs instead of prescribed medicines. If you're taking any kind of herb, make sure that you tell your doctor what you're taking, because a lot of things will interfere with drugs. Just like some drugs counteract other drugs, or they tell you not to take grapefruit with certain drugs. Herbs are not candy. They are medicinal and have many uses. So again, use your head. Please be very cautious. And again, this was out of this book and some of my own opinion. Okay, thank you very much. We love you. Talk to you later.